Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to our show. And
There's another topic that we would like to discuss, and I think it's amazing. I didn't even know about it. Miriam told me about it today, about the fact that our DNA structure is not permanent. It changes from one day to the other. And I was
from
like,
one moment to the other,
from one moment to the
every
other.
bite we take into our mouth, our DNA structures changes.
And so that kind of like, I feel it because when I get up in the morning, I feel like a different person each day. But I'm so stuck on it, the structure, that it's not changing. It gets older, but it doesn't change. So the idea of that is amazing to me, and it offers so many opportunities that we're not stuck in anything. We can change whatever we want to change. That Hashem has biologically structured us and supported us so that we can make these changes. It's incredible.
Right.
Oh.
I was talking to this guy the other day. He was saying he's a 30-something-year-old guy. Looks, very built, very fit, very
Buff.
quite handsome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm never going to meet a woman. All the women hate me. I'm never going to meet a woman. And they all look like, they say that I look like a harasser or a pedophile. Some women told him he looks like a pedophile. And he's like, I'm never going to meet a woman. And it's so sad that we keep thinking in those patterns of I will never. Why will you never? Whatever happened yesterday belonged to yesterday, and whatever belongs to today will happen today, and whatever will not happen today will happen tomorrow. And one of the realizations that I had, like we say in the morning, that Hashem is renewing the world every day, right? And discovering this biological fact that our DNA is different allows us to retrospect on our emotional powers and spiritual existence, that it changes also. If our bodies change, then our spirit must change a million times more than our bodies, right?
And our emotional structure can change.
Right.
We're not married to particular formats. Well, if you've been married 20 years, then you have to count the amount of months for each year that you're going to be suffering before you can get over it and move on. And we believe this, just to find out that it doesn't have to be that way. And there's so much support out there, counselors, therapists, naturopaths, homeopaths, everybody out there to help support you if you really are determined to continue on a positive path in your life.
But one thing that's really missing is just that pure belief that things can change.
I know.
It's like one of the things that I've met, numerous times, but recently again, is a guy who was actually a couple, where the wife says the guy was an amazing guy her whole life, and then in his middle-age crisis, he kind of like flipped on her, right?
I've heard of those types.
So it's like, you think that things can only get worse.
Yeah.
And it's, in general, I see it's so easy for people to believe if my life had been misfortunate, or if something had made them misfortunate all of a sudden, then, talk about PTSD, if something bad had happened to me, then I'm on a bad route. Right? My life is on a bad route. I keep looking behind my shoulder to see when the next trauma is going to come.
Right.
Right? So you believe that the next trauma can come, but there must have been something good in your life also. And if not in your life, in other people's lives too, that can indicate that something good can happen in your lives too. You've seen a million people's lives change from bad to good and from good to bad.
Yeah.
I'll say the other way, from good to bad and from bad to good, right? So you can take inspiration of the idea that God is renewing the world every day. And if things were bad until now, it doesn't mean that they won't be they can't get better tomorrow.
Yep.
They can't get better today.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
In 2 seconds. So I see it's much easier for us for some reason to believe that the default is negative
Yes.
instead of believing that the default is positive.
And even recognizing when it's positive.
Right.
We recognize when it's negative,
Right.
but we don't get up and go, gee, I feel great today. Why's that? No. I should feel miserable. This happened and that happened or whatever. It doesn't have to be that way. You can decide that it's going to be good and you're going to look at it in a positive light.
That's why we say Modani every morning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Is that I want to wake up in the morning and say to myself, I'm happy. Life is good. Nothing bad yet happened today. Why do I need to carry on my shoulders the bad events of the past?
Yeah.
Right? Why can't I just believe that today is going to be a beautiful day? Right?
Then an opportunity is going to come your way. You're going to meet a new person or have a new experience, meet somebody on the beach, or you don't know unless you're open to the possibility that something positive can happen.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
We just wanted to add that on.
So go to our subscribe button and follow us for our next chapters. See you next time.